Today, guys, I will be talking about worlds that I want to live in. So please come back after the intro and check this video out. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today I will be talking about worlds that I want to live in. I am stealing this from Murphy Napier, one of the popular booktubers out there, but she's actually probably my favorite popular booktuber. And I'm going to take a little page from her book and do this video today. So I ended up picking 7 worlds, and it was just way too difficult for me to narrow down. But I'm actually refilming this because I thought of a couple more and some different things that I wanted to include. And plus, I filmed the video after the Bills lost to the Cardinals in the last 10 seconds of the game, and I wasn't in the correct mind frame to really give you the proper knowledge that I want to drop today. So today we're going to start with Austin Ard, and that's going to be from the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series. And the first book in that trilogy is The Dragonbone Chair. I think they actually split the last book into 2 books. But yeah, this is criminally underrated in the fantasy booktube community. And Tad Williams is one of the best writers of his genre, and definitely deserves a little bit more respect in his prose. He kills it. I mean, his covers are kind of plain in this one, but I actually enjoy that because of the type of story that it is. It fits it. It's just a down-home classic fantasy. But Austin Ard is painted as this beautiful world, and it has dwarves and elves and different kinds of elves and just everything you can want. Trolls and wizards and everything that you would want in a fantasy series. So that's going to come in at my number 7 spot. The next one is a fun one. It's going to be a sci-fi series, and that's going to be Dune. I would kill to just be there and see them giant sandworms for myself. So I'm going to have to go with Dune. I ended up just grabbing the God Emperor Dune. I actually should do a collection video for all my Dune books. I have the old school paperbacks, but I think they're from the 70s. And so it would kind of be probably cool to do that video. So let me know down below if you're interested. I want to get into some more sci-fi. Actually, I was just talking to Brad about this over at Brad Proctor, about reading some more sci-fi going into the winter and some fantasy, just to mix it up a little bit. I'm actually currently reading like 3 horror books, so I'll still have some horror coming down the pipeline here, but I do want to do that. So the next book on here is going to be a little different than those 2. It's going to be Parasite Milk, and that's by Carlton Melanick III. Now, this one is an interesting one, and there are some cringy, gross scenes in this, but in the beginning, it's kind of a sci-fi horror, and the main character, he can go to these portals that are on Earth, and he can transport to any alien planet. So this is kind of a cheat code pick because you could literally pick whichever world you would want to go to. For the main character, it's a very interesting storyline. Once he gets there, I don't want to spoil anything because this was actually one of my favorites by him that I've read. So definitely check that one out for yourself. Number 4, we're coming in at the Dark Tower series world, created by Stephen King. Why am I not able to think of the name of the world? But I'm drawing a blank. But follow the path, guys. Follow the path. So yeah, I would just love to. I don't want to show any spoilers, but that's a pretty cool one. This guy's rolling with, it might be Eddie. That's Eddie with Susanna. So yeah. So The Wastelands, that one, Stephen King's Dark Tower series world. Now the next one is kind of out of the, but they do have books, but most people know them for their movies, and that's going to be the Star Wars universe. I would love to go see some Jedis do some crazy stuff, and yeah, I definitely would enjoy that. So Star Wars, maybe even do one of them like pod runner races where they're like, or be in a X-Wing or something like that. Who wouldn't want that? My YouTube app did not want to pull up on the computer today. All right, number 2, we're going to go with The Mars Chronicles by Edgar Rice Burroughs. I'm going to choose to go see John Carter and him fight all the creatures, and yeah, just the different alien species. And I actually enjoyed the adaptation that I believe Disney did for the movie. But yeah, I did want to give a shout out to, I'm drawing a blank, and I did in the first video too, but Boris Vallejo. I'm going to probably do the thumbnail with one of his paintings, but he is my favorite sci-fi and fantasy painter, and he did a bunch of covers back in the 70s and 80s, and the dude could just paint like amazing covers. So shout out to Boris Vallejo, I believe his name is. All right, and this brings us to number one, which if you know me pretty well, then you already guessed this one. And the number one selection for me is to go to Middle Earth and see all my friends. I want to go to the Shire. I want to go to the Elven Kingdom. I want to go to, heck, I'll go everywhere. Minas Tirith. I'll go to Gondor. I'll go to see the lake. You know, whatever I got to do. Please take me to J.R.R. Tolkien's paradise, and let me see some hobbits. Yeah, I would live there in a heartbeat. So some of these wouldn't be extraordinarily fun to live in because they're war-torn or just not peaceful. But overall, these are the places I would live in these fictional worlds. Who wouldn't love to just be immersed in your book? So if you haven't read any of these series or books, definitely give them a try. Give this video a like. If you like the content and you've watched this long, think about subscribing. And this has been Working Man Reads. Thank you. Peace.